Hello and welcome to the Christmas calendar with Captain Future, day 19. Up into the future. Today is about evolutionary leadership, and I want to define that first for you. Evolutionary leadership is to consciously design worldviews, mindset, cultures, and institutions for a just, sustainable, and flourishing world, and that's just what I am now about. And that's just what the program I'm now joining in for is the Institute for Evolutionary Leadership from Oakland in San Francisco with Fyodor and Manuel, and I'm taking the second course this night. I'd taken, and amazing. It's a frame set and a mindset that sums up what I've been doing for the last 5 years, 4 years in my search for this future I want to create. And it's 7 parts that loosely coupled together about what we need to do and teach ourselves and each other to become the leaders of tomorrow and today. Most of the leadership training today revolves around training leaders for the olden world and maintaining status quo and becoming more efficient and more productive and more innovative and such. But there's nothing about the leaders tomorrow in most leadership training, and this is what evolutionary leadership is about. We train people for a world of tomorrow by doing it today, and it's action learning and prototyping involved. So we really don't know what the future is, but we create the future by doing it and prototyping the future. And today I want to talk about the main part of for me, one I'm hitting home with. I'm hitting home with several of the 7 says, but it's ontological design. Ontological design. What is that? It's the mindset that everything we design us back. When we invented or designed or made up our first clothes, the invention was probably the needle. We made us able to sew clothes that kept together above our body and kept the warmth. Then in turn we were able to travel and spread to parts of the world where we could live without fur. Of course, by that time we had no fur. So, and also fire. We invented fire, being the construction of the universe. Yeah, the clockwork and engineering mindset. Yeah, we invented fire. We discovered fire. How to make fire, actually. But that made us able to cook our food and keep warm in cold climates. And the cooking of the food is also one of our greatest invention, or it couples together with fire. So yeah, but ontological design is everything we design in our society. Everything design us back. So if we want something to be better, we design for it to be better, and it will design us back in turn. Or should we start by designing ourselves, and we will then design better things? Yeah, it's a circle. It's not if then the chicken and the egg. It's a continuous process, round and round and up and down and everywhere. So what does that mean for me? Design better events, design better workshops, design better business models, design better game nights, design better cultural events, design better lunches like my future lunches. Everything I do, I try to make them a little better each day, and continuous learning, lifelong learning, take in feedback, prototype, process, iterate, everything I do to make it better, and then in turn it will design me and the participant better to design us back, and we will become better versions of ourselves that in turn will design even better things. Yeah, that's the general idea. Of course it goes both ways. Design bad things that will make us feel worse, so we will go out and create things that will make us even even worse in kind. So it's a downward spiral or it's an upward spiral. So our task is to fan it for an upward, design better things. Is that clear or not clear enough? Please comment and contact me and talk about me, because this is a really hard concept to explain and understand. At the same time, it's fairly easy. Everything we act with affects us its own way. So, and that also goes for people, like I talked about before. We are the average of the five people we spend most time with. So, spending time with people that lifts us up and fans the spiral upwards is, of course, very, very desirable. So, and everything, like I talked about the network yesterday, we are what we are connected to, and that, of course, people, things, events, everything that is around us, nature, houses, family, friends, everything affects us in some way, shape, or form. Unless we go inside a sensory deprivation chamber and we have no contact with the outside world for as long as we can sustain it without food and water, that is, yeah, or something like that, yeah. Yeah, we are not isolated hermits in sensory deprivation tanks. We all social beings that take in social input and put out social input. So that's also like the social fields I talked about before. We actually had a great quote on that. You make the case with who you should, how you show up in the world. That is, our Brené Brown saying the same. You are responsible for the energy you brings into the room. So you make the case how you show up in the world. You decide how you show up, and in effect, then you get what you show up for. So, with that, I leave you evolutionary leadership and ontological design. And this is Captain Future running around in circles, upwards, downwards, something in between. Signing out. See ya tomorrow.